Honestly, I still do not understand where APC as a party learnt their politics from. The kind of democracy they have in Nigeria is that you can liken to a democracy that was practiced in some ancient African countries like 20-30 years ago. It means that Tinubu's government has taken us back about 20 to 30 years back. Now, this impostor you see on the screen, no other than the sole administrator of Rivers State, who is part of the plan by Wike and Tinubu to grab power in Rivers State, is known as the sole administrator Ibas, has appointed chairmen and members of 8 Rivers State boards, some of who are even Wike's close allies. In the end, when Fubara returns to power, Fubara will probably not have any fight with Wike because they've already established every political structure they want. This is what we call classical power grab. Textbook example rather of power grab. Ibas appointing people when he has just about 3 weeks to get out of office. This same Ibas is going to conduct local government election without the 100% approval of INEC, but the RESEC, that is the Rivers State kind of INEC, is going to allow that. In the end, INEC is a tool in the hands of Tinubu and Wike. So in the end, nothing they do that will be challenged. So these people are appointing people to come and hold key positions. And when this guy comes to power, he would have no other thing. So he named former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Okewale, as chairman of Rivers State Governing Council. When he has done that, what remains? And then he does another thing. Similar appointments were made for the board of Rivers State University Teaching Hospital with a former commissioner for health in the state, Dr. Samson, as chairman, while Professor blah blah blah, he made whatever he wanted to make. But the one that got my attention was, a former chairman of the Ikwere local government area, Dr. Samuel Unwanosike, an ally of the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, that is the raging storm that never settles, the bulldozer without brakes, who is no other than Wike. This person associated with Wike was appointed chairman of the board of Rivers State Waste Management Agency, while others are just there. This guy has less than 4 weeks to go and he's doing whatever he likes. And this man will be coming incapacitated, emasculated. He will not be able to probe anything this guy has done. They've taken over the structure. Tinubu is a disgrace to modern day politics. Tinubu should be sanctioned by modern powers, modern countries like France, UK, USA, where he goes to for medical treatment. They should sanction him and send him back, and sanction all his ministers for allowing this kind of thing to happen in Nigeria. Nigeria indeed is a banana republic. Can you just imagine Kwam, who was accused of pouring water on members of staff of an airline and assaulting them, and then physically tried to stop a plane from flying, which in sane countries or saner countries, it would have been described as a terrorist act, and that guy would have either been arrested or shot, point blank for what he was doing. In the end, the clown that we have as our government have now come to say that they want to make him an ambassador. No, they should not just stop at that. They should make Comfort an ambassador, because Comfort even showed more of this Agbero behavior. But who committed the bigger offense? Kwam, because he stopped a moving plane. Why the plane had already, gotten to its destination. Comfort was not being allowed to come down, and then Comfort started fighting. And so, as a result of this, Falana have now come to say that you have lost every right to prosecute passengers who commit crimes at the airport, because in the end, this is absurd. The report was that the Inspector General of Police had opened an investigation into allegations that the musician poured the content of his flask, pure alcoholic content, on the pilot, a security officer, and some passengers at the airport. And before the Inspector General of Police could even, file charges, carrying out investigation, FG came up and said that they forgiving Kwam because he has apologized. So it means that if this guy, that plane had decapitated him the way it ought to have, would they have now come to say that, that they're forgiving somebody who's probably lying without a head in the cemetery? But in the end, Nigeria is what it is. They will make that man an ambassador. The man who insulted people, who threatened the owner of ValueJet, and this guy will not be an ambassador. People look at him that this thug, this stark illiterate, who probably does not have beyond primary school certificate, is now made an ambassador in a country of over 250 million people. This is a disgrace. APC is a disgrace to politics, and Tinubu should be ashamed of himself. Now, what he has to say, he said, by this action, the federal government has lost its moral right to arrest and prosecute any passenger who commits an offence at any of the nation's airports. Yes, so let it be so. In the end, anybody that has the power to do it. If you can escape, fine. If you cannot escape, bad for you. But this is so shameful that Tinubu allowed this to happen. That man would have at least been arrested, put in Kirikiri or Kuje prison in Abuja, then he will face trial, and then they will not pardon him. But this guy was not, the trial did not even commence. That is why, this advocate, lawyer, no other than, Falana, is upset that they allow this kind of thing to happen. The senior advocate stressed that pardoning Kwam without a trial, this is ridiculous, contradicts the principle of equal legal treatment, and removes public confidence in the justice system. Yes, we do not even have confidence in the justice system because we all know that since when APC came, everything has now become by fire, by force. And in the end, look at what they've done. Because Kwam is going to canvass for vote for Tinubu in 2027. Tinubu has pardoned him. They will make him an ambassador, which is an international embarrassment to the country of over 250 million people. And we claim to be the giant of Africa. It is a shame on Tinubu's government. So while Aliko Dangote attended Davido's wedding in the United States, Phyna called him out that the truck cleared her sister's leg and amputated. And as a result of that, it led to amputation. But this thing happened in Edo State, in Auchi area, and then the girl has been taken to Otivo Hospital in Irua. And now we've seen press statements, as I'll be doing in my next video, where Dangote's team have come to say that they've gone to visit the girl. But Phyna has threatened that if they do not do anything, she'll come for them. That they may be rich, but they are not God, and they cannot amputate the sister. The sister would have accident. The first thing Dangote is saying is that they should go and remove the plate number from the truck. Why? What are they protecting? This country is indeed crazy. It needs a serious overhaul. How can you be so concerned about protecting your brand than about the health of or even the life of the girl that has been hit? But thank God, Phyna's sister they jam, not the ordinary person, so they will hear him. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I remain your boy Ernest Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment so that this channel will grow.